Greetings, Shadow Seekers. Welcome to Miss Nightmare, your sanctuary of the spectral, your treasury of terror. Here, we traverse the thin veil separating the living from the departed, plunging into the abyss of the unknown. Our journey today leads us to a tale of unwary youth, of a forgotten cemetery, of a curse that stretches back generations. Picture a group of teenagers, their laughter echoing through the night, their footsteps trampling sacred ground. Picture ancient stones, worn and weathered, bearing names forgotten by time. Picture the spirits, once at rest, now stirred into a vengeful frenzy. The teenagers, oblivious to the storm they've unleashed, continue their revelry, unaware of the specters gathering in the darkness. The echoes of their laughter will soon be replaced by the chilling whispers of the past. Tonight, we delve into the chilling tale of the forgotten cemetery. Our story begins on a typical Friday night. A group of adventurous teenagers stumbles upon a relic of the past. A chill in the air, a foreboding silence, and the scent of time long forgotten. The forgotten cemetery lay nestled in the heart of the woods, shrouded in the mystery of the night. An unlikely find indeed. The moonlight cast long, eerie shadows that danced among the tombstones, each one a testament to a life once lived, now relegated to the annals of history. Curiosity piqued and spirits high, our group of intrepid teenagers ventured forth into the cemetery, their laughter echoing against the solemn silence. The stones underfoot were cold and unyielding, a stark contrast to the warm camaraderie they shared. The air grew thick with an unseen presence, a silent witness to their intrusion. Each headstone bore a name, a date, a story waiting to be told. Yet instead of paying respects, they treated the sacred ground as their personal playground. They laughed and joked, dismissive of the solemnity that the cemetery demanded. They snapped photos, performed daredevil stunts, and even knocked over a few headstones in their reckless abandon. The once tranquil cemetery was now a stage for their boisterous antics, the silent graves bearing witness to their disrespect. In the heart of the cemetery, under the branches of an ancient tree, stood a monument. A stone angel, weathered by time and elements, her face a mask of eternal sorrow, her wings spread out in an eternal embrace, as if trying to protect the souls resting beneath her. The teenagers, oblivious to her silent plea, continued their unruly behavior, their laughter echoing against the cold stone. Yet as the night grew darker and the laughter louder, a sense of unease began to creep in. The wind howled through the trees, carrying whispers of the past. The moon hid behind a veil of clouds, casting the cemetery into an abyss of darkness. And the stone angel, the silent guardian, seemed to weep under the weight of their disrespect. Little did they know, their actions would not go unpunished. As the moon rose high and the air grew cold, the first signs of the curse made themselves known. It began subtly, with whispers echoing in the wind and shadows dancing on the periphery of their vision. The teenagers, once confident and brash, now found themselves shivering, not just from the chill of the night, but from the fear that gnawed at their insides. The old cemetery they had so thoughtlessly disrespected was now alive with an energy they could not understand. The ancient tombstones, once forgotten and overgrown, now seemed to vibrate with a spectral energy. Each name etched into the weathered stone was a testament to the lives they had unknowingly disturbed. Then came the apparitions, forms barely discernible in the moonlight, flitting between the graves, their ethereal fingers reaching out toward the terrified teenagers. Their eyes, hollow and filled with sorrow, seemed to bore into their very souls. The air became heavy with a sense of dread and regret. The once vibrant laughter and banter of the group now replaced with hushed whispers and stifled sobs. Each of them felt it, an oppressive weight, pressing down on their hearts, filling them with regret. They had mocked the quiet dignity of this sacred place, laughed at the faded epitaphs, and now they were paying the price. Their fear was palpable, a chilling reminder of the respect that the dead command. One by one, the teenagers began to see the faces of their ancestors in the spectral figures, a silent accusation in their hollow eyes. The old sins, long buried, were now resurfacing, a grim testament to the adage that the past never truly dies. They had trespassed on hallowed ground, disturbed the eternal slumber of those who had gone before, and now they were being haunted by the echoes of their past. They had awoken something ancient, something vengeful. The curse of the forgotten cemetery had begun its haunting, a chilling reminder that some things are better left undisturbed. Desperate for answers, the teenagers delve into the forgotten history of the cemetery. Their journey takes them through dusty town records and ancient yellowed newspapers. The further they dig, the more they uncover about the cemetery's dark past. It was not just a resting place for the departed, but a monument to a time of great injustice. The cemetery, it turns out, was the final resting place of a community wronged and forgotten. This community was oppressed, mistreated, and their rights snatched away by the ancestors of these very teenagers. The cemetery was a testament to their struggles, their pain, and their undying hope for justice. As the teenagers pore over these historical revelations, a cold wind of realization sweeps over them. They begin to understand the magnitude of their disrespect. They had danced on graves that held not just bodies, but stories of struggle and resilience. The spirits they had disturbed were not mere figments of folklore, but victims of a tragic past, wronged by their very own blood. Their laughter and games in the graveyard now seem like a mockery of the pain their ancestors had inflicted. An unsettling guilt begins to creep into their hearts. They had unknowingly awakened the spirits of those wronged, those seeking retribution for the injustices of a bygone era. Each revelation strikes them like a bolt of lightning, illuminating the shadows of their ignorance. The history that they had so casually dismissed now stared back at them, a mirror reflecting the sins of their forefathers. The teenagers had unknowingly etched a chapter in their lives, a chapter dipped in regret and the haunting echoes of the past. They could no longer turn a blind eye to the sins of their ancestors, nor could they ignore the spirits they had so thoughtlessly disturbed. They had disturbed the rest of spirits wronged by their very own blood. With fear in their hearts and a newfound respect for the past, the teenagers attempt to right their wrongs. Their breaths hitch in their throats as they return to the forgotten cemetery, the moon casting long shadows over the ancient tombstones. Their mission is clear. Lift the curse they inadvertently brought upon themselves. Each step they take is heavy with remorse. The air is thick with tension as they approach the heart of the cemetery. This time, they tread carefully around the graves, their actions a stark contrast to their earlier disrespect. Their hearts pound with every word they utter, their apologies echoing through the silence of the night. They pour their hearts into a heartfelt plea for forgiveness, their voices shaking with the weight of their guilt. They promise to honor the memory of the forgotten souls, to ensure their stories live on. The words hang in the air, a solemn vow that binds them to their commitment. As they finish their plea, a gust of wind sweeps through the cemetery, rustling the leaves and stirring the stillness. The air seems to lighten, the pressure lifting. The spirits, once filled with vengeance, now retreat, their anger quelled by the sincerity of their remorse. The cemetery, once a place of fear and dread, now stands as a testament to the power of respect and remembrance. The spirits are no longer trapped in a cycle of anger and revenge. They are free, their stories acknowledged, their existence respected. The teenagers leave the cemetery changed. They carry with them not only the memory of their haunting experience, but also a profound understanding of the importance of honoring the past. In the end, the spirits found their rest, and the teenagers a lesson they would never forget. The curse is lifted, the forgotten cemetery once again a place of peace, but its story and the lesson it taught will live on, a chilling reminder of the consequences of disrespecting the past. And so, our tale of the forgotten cemetery draws to a close. In the chilling silence of the night, the echoes of the past have found their peace, and the spirits, once wronged, have returned to their eternal slumber. Our group of teenagers, now bearing the weight of their ancestors' sins, learned a lesson they'll carry for a lifetime. Their story, a stark reminder that we must tread lightly on the grounds of history, respecting the stories buried beneath. For every action has its consequence, and the past, though silent, never truly forgets. They ventured into the unknown, and the unknown ventured back. They faced their nightmares, and in doing so, they found the strength to end them. Remember, darkness lurks where respect lacks. Until our next nightmare, sleep tight and don't let the bedbugs bite. If you enjoyed this spectral saga, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Stay spooky.